There's no township, there's no city, there's no county, there's no province anywhere in the world who has given itself the honor of having its namesake, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and because of that, we should be extremely proud.
I'm Jean Caldwell, and I serve as the King County Council member for King County Council District 4. Today, I'm standing in for Council Chair Claudia Balducci and appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all. First, I'd like to extend gratitude on behalf of the entire King County Council to the MLK Planning Committee and the Black African American affinity groups for hosting today's celebration. We all know the amount of work that goes into producing an event like this is significant, and we appreciate the time and effort that you all have contributed to this event. This year's celebration is focused on the poignant quote by Martin Luther King Jr., "The time is right to do what's right." And it goes without saying that in this time of COVID, this is the time to do what's right. And we all also benefit when we are inspired. And one person who deeply understands the concept of doing the right thing over and over and over again, and who has for so long been deeply inspiring to others, is my dear friend and former colleague, Larry Gossett. I've had the distinct pleasure of having known Larry for a very long time, as well as having had the honor of working with him on the King County Council for 4 years. And in that time, I have always witnessed a man who seemed to know just about everyone and who was never too busy to listen, and who was always willing to use whatever power he had to fight for justice and equity. Nothing ever appeared to detract him in his quest, and that's the case today as well. Larry's lifetime of activism and service remind us all that we have the power to make a difference, no matter where we are in our life's journey, no matter where we've come from or what position we hold. The Larry Gossett Service Award continues that legacy and honors the work of individuals who are making a positive contribution to social justice, just like he has. Thank you very much for all that you are doing, and I look forward to the rest of the program.
It is my pleasure now to announce the winner of the 2022 Larry Gossett Service Award. This award honors my esteemed longtime King County Council colleague, Larry Gossett, and his lifetime of service and civil rights advocacy. The Larry Gossett Service Award recognizes an individual or organization who has made significant contributions in the areas of racial equity, social justice, and/or human rights. King County residents made nominations in December, and I am pleased to announce that this year's Larry Gossett Service Award recipient is Kendrick Glover. Kendrick's work in South King County's public schools showed him the need for mentors and other support to keep young people from dropping out of school. He founded G.E.M, a community-based nonprofit that provides one-on-one and group mentoring to young men, along with academic tutoring and life skills training. And Kendrick also created a unique program to divert youth from the criminal legal system, the TEAMS Project at South Center Mall, and served on the King County Juvenile Justice Equity Steering Committee. It's fitting that Kendrick was once an intern in Larry Gossett's council office, where he was mentored himself by a great leader.
My name is Kendrick Glover, and I am the founder and executive director of Glover Empower Mentoring, which is located in Kent, Washington. G.E.M was founded on the basis of trying to close the gap for young people, especially youth and young adults in South King County. The birth of G.E.M came out of the movement when I met Councilmember Larry Gossett in 2007. At the time, I was a student at Seattle University studying criminal justice. I wanted to give back to my community and working with young people in ways that didn't involve them being in the legal justice system. And it was at the time interning for Councilmember Gossett where I learned exactly what a servant leader was. He groomed me, mentored me, gave me life in this work. And without him, this work wouldn't be what it is now for me. I am honored, privileged, and I accept his teachings and his learnings. For me, it has been a full circle moment to come here because I remember the first day that I met Councilmember Gossett in his office, and he jokingly did like this, and he pointed behind his shoulder. And what he was pointing at was a picture of him posing like this with no shirt on as if he was a boxer. And he told me, he was like, "Do you think those boys down in Mississippi can take me?" And it was just a funny moment because he always had a joke about Mississippi. Like every time we met, it was just a joke about where I was from. And I think that's what built our relationship. That's what helped kind of break the ice for me because he knew in a way how to make me feel comfortable around him and not make me feel like I was, someone different. He made me feel welcome. He made me feel accepted. And that was all a part of his teachings of being a servant leader because you have to give in order to receive. And that's what we do here at G.E.M. We want to give young people access to hope, access to opportunity, and access to resources. And for us, serving over 2,000 kids a year, working with youth and families throughout King and Pierce counties, dedicated to this work, doing what we need to do, all has come full circle. And I think it's the reason why I am receiving this award today. This award is not just an individual award. This is an award that's accepted by an individual on the behalf of the community. Let me just stress that again. This is not an individual award that is accepted by an individual, but it's accepted on behalf of the community because without the community, there's no work to be done. I want to continue being an inspiration, influence, and inspiring youth and young adults, not just throughout King and Pierce counties, but throughout the nation. If they can learn something from my story, if they can see that we are genuine and pure at heart, then I know for a fact that life can change for them and they can meet the success that they define for themselves.